Hey guys, what's up and welcome. Matthew here, the designer and developer from South Africa. Let's continue with our Uber Eats clone. As you can see, this is an Uber Eats clone. Okay, this is what we are busy with, and then this is part two of a series. Okay, we are designing this awesome user interface. As you can see, guys, this is where we are at the moment. In case you are new here, please check this video. Is doing well, is sitting at 1.5k views, and it has also earned me more than 30 subscribers. Thank you so much for following and clicking and subscribing. Now let's jump straight into it. So the first thing that I want to tell you, okay, if you are continuing from the previous video, is that in the last video we had only three let's say scrollable views. Okay, this one, okay, let me do this one and this one. Now we are continuing and you are starting to see the third one, and you are like, when did you add this one, Matthew? Have you left me behind? Obviously, guys, this is coded design. I cannot leave you behind, but I want to ask you something. Okay, I've just noticed that YouTube is very high on giving the student or the users, which is you watching this video, what you exactly want, and I'm learning from that. So the top scrollable view is the same as this one, but the difference is, guys, this one is fetching data from the API. Okay, this is becoming more realistic than ever, meaning that at some point when you are creating a real life code, you will have to fetch data from the API. So before I continue, I want to ask you, okay, are you interested in seeing how do I fetch data from the API? Because, guys, the promise of the video, it's not a front to back or a full stack. Okay, it's only a user interface clone. So before I do something that I didn't promise, I need to ask you, are you interested in knowing how to fetch data from the API? In case you might be wondering, how do you then fetch data from the API, or what are you going to teach me when we are getting into that, in case you are interested in it? Guys, I am creating my own package, okay, my own JavaScript library, and this library is called Inter. Okay, this is called Inter. This is the library that I have used to connect and fetch this data. Okay, in summary, this is what it does. It stands between your code and the API technology, okay, to make it easier for you to fetch data using different types of API. Enough about that. Let's get to what we are here for. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to remove the component that has got something to do with the API. How am I going to do that? I'm just going to remove this and then click save. Okay, and then it's supposed to be gone, and I'm just going to remove its corresponding, my apologies for that, its corresponding import, and it's gone. Now, guys, let's continue. Thank you so much for clicking this video, and I promise you are going to learn React advanced topics and component composition. I'm not just going to show you a button that when you click and it increases numbers, and when you click it decreases numbers. So here we are showing you techniques that you are going to use for the work environment. Now let's look at our code. Okay. Oh, by the way, if you might be interested on that package that I was telling you about, this is Inter and it's available on npm package. As you can see, this is Inter and this is how you install it. Okay, and that's about it. Okay, so now let's look at the user interface and see what we are going to do. Okay, as you can see, guys, we are done with this part. Okay, and then we are also done with this part. Okay, what I've just noticed is that this is not centered perfectly. Okay, this is not centered perfectly, exactly like this one. Okay, first let's just look into it and make sure that everything is centered before we continue, or let's just investigate what might be the problem. Okay, One might say, why don't you just continue? It's a smaller thing. Do you think maybe Facebook or WhatsApp or Uber Eats, would they continue with a problem like this, more especially if the designer has supplied this kind of a design? Obviously, no. Then why at coded design are we going to continue, which is a problem? Okay. So let's just check there to see what might be the problem. Okay, let's check, guys. Okay, this is the second flat list. Okay, and I think it's the one that renders an avatar. Okay, this one, the one that renders an avatar. Okay, as you can see, we've got budget meal here. This is the place that we want to check. Let's go to the definition. Okay, let's go to the definition. Let's work on this. Okay, let's work on this. Okay, where are we displaying? Okay, the title. Okay, let me go to my prop, just highlight here, double click. As you can see, it's showing me this is where I'm using my prop. Okay, also we will need to work on this. Okay, let's go back and see where am I displaying test. Okay, because we were just testing then. Okay, as you can see, guys, this is where I'm displaying that test. Okay, now text align its center. Okay, text align its center, but it looks like this one, the text align is not centered. It looks like it didn't work in a way. Okay, so what we can do, guys, okay, let's change ways. Okay, let's change ways. Remember what we did here, we've replaced a space, okay, in this word. Let me just show you. We supply this word with a space, okay, and then we have replaced this space with a new line command so that it can start on a new line, but we have lost the alignment. Okay, fine, this was our first attempt. Okay, now I'm going to show you a different attempt. Okay, let's go back to our avatar. Go back to our avatar. Okay, let's go back to our avatar, and then, and remember another problem that we had with this technique. Okay, let me just quickly show you on app. Okay, if we have a space between budget and meal, okay, it can put the new line. But when we put a space and then let's say number, okay, let's see what will happen. Okay, as you can see, the space between meal and number, it has been ignored. Okay, so let's see how do we change this so that this can work perfectly. Okay, so the initial approach was to inject a new line between these words. Now what we are going to do, we are going to use a different way. Okay, what we want to do, we want to split this word, okay, budget space meal, we want to split it, okay, into what can I say, into small words. Okay, it's like we're taking a sentence and we chop it into words. Okay, so here we are taking this word, okay, a string of characters. Let me put number also here. We're taking this string of character, we are breaking it into an array that will have these words, each of them. Let's say if we've got 3 words here separated by a space, then we are going to have what can I say, we're going to have an array with 3 items. Okay, now let's go back to the main calling module, or where I am. Let's go back to avatar. What we are going to do here, that means I'm already on, oh, this is app, not avatar. Okay, let me delete this, I don't need it. Let me delete this, I don't need it. Let me delete this, I don't need it. Here is avatar. Cool beans. And then what we are going to do, we are going to take the same subtitle, this one. Okay, we are going to take the same subtitle. Instead of replacing, we are going to use a different string method, which is, I would like to believe, is slice or something like that. Okay, no. If is it split or slice? Let's see. Okay, this was replace. Okay, guys, let's just see. Okay, or we are going to use ChatGPT. Remember, here we are also using like what can I say? All the tools and resources that are available on the internet. Why are we doing that? I'm just showing you guys. I am not a clever guy or Mr. All-knowing guy. If I don't know something, I just jump to the internet and quickly get the code and we continue. Okay, so let me just say split. Okay, let me just split. So, how do you get clues like before you go to the internet? How can you know what a method does? Okay, without going to the internet. First of all, let's just click here. This will give us this IntelliSense will tell us what this does. Okay, this is a splitter. Okay, a string limit to a number and a string and a number, and then the return value, okay, is going to be an array. As you can see, okay, it's going to return an array. An object that can split a string into substring using the specified separator and returns an array. So split looks like what we want. So we want this okay, we want this dot split. Okay, and then our separator is a space. Okay, then what we are going to do, we are just going to console dot log. Okay, let's say test at 0, or we don't need to console log it, let's just display it here. Okay, where we are displaying test, okay, where we are displaying test, let's just say at position 0. Okay, as you can see, guys, let's see. Okay, it's refreshing. Let's cross fingers. That's what developers do. Boom, guys, we've just got the first weight. Okay, now let me see. What if maybe I can say here at position, okay, my apologies for that. What if here I can say at position 1? Okay, am I going to get the other word? Let's see, guys. Boom, as you can see. So what we can do now, okay, whatever that we are doing here, guys, it has got a potential of many validations and like error mitigation. Okay, this can go as deep as taking like 2 days. Okay, because there is a lot that can be done here, but I'm just going to work on it to just give you an idea of what are the real life problems that developers are encountering in day to day. And in most cases, we don't know these errors beforehand. Okay, we just go with the flow. Okay, so that's what I'm showing you. So I'm not going to remove all of the errors entirely. Okay, when I think we have taught you the skill and the technique, then I will tell you that you can continue with other things. Okay, so that means we've managed to split this into, what can I say, into pieces, okay, of the words. Okay, so what we can do now, we want to render those words. Okay, not a problem. Let's go back here. So I was rendering this as a string, okay, inside a text component. Now let's do things differently. Let's render this. Okay, let's render this. Make sure that this dot, okay, you don't forget it. Let's render this. Okay, now not just as a title, let's render it inside a view. Okay, let's render it inside a view. Okay, not only we are going to render it inside a view, we are going to render it, okay, as a list of text characters. Why? Because we want to control those text elements. Okay, it's like now we are putting all the text elements in a group. Meal is going to be a separate text element. Budget is going to be a separate text element. We put all those inside this container, and we want to control how they look, okay, using this container. Which is, what are we going to control? Let's say, first of all, justify content. Okay, center. Okay, and align items. Okay, just a moment. Let me look for IntelliSense, align items center. Okay, align items center. As you can see, guys, okay, what does this mean? Let's just make a test. Let's say we have text. Okay, I hope I won't lose what I've copied. We have text one. Okay, top text. Okay, and then we've got another text. Okay, text just must have one parent element where I am now. Okay, meaning that this must have one parent element. Not a problem, we can solve that. Let me just say the second text is subscribe to coded design. I'm hoping you've already subscribed. I trust that you are in the mission, okay, of helping me to win in life by subscribing. Okay, so I'm also in a mission of helping you to win. Maybe you get a job or something. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put these inside a fragment. Okay, I'm going to tell you why I'm using a fragment. Okay, there's something important that you don't have to miss. Okay, as you can see, I've just wrapped these in a fragment. Let me just click save. As you can see, guys, we've got like the top text and subscribe to coded design perfectly centered. This is what we want. Let's remove one of these styling and see what will happen. Okay. As you can see, guys, we have just lost the styling capability. So I hope you see the reason why we have to wrap these. Okay. Now let's come to this fragment. Okay. Somebody might say, why don't you wrap these? Let me save. Why don't you wrap these in a view? Okay, let me just show you what will happen if I wrap these in a view. Now the view blocked this style. Okay, the view has been jealous and be like, no, since I'm the parent, I am going to block your styles. Okay, as a grandparent, I am going to enforce empty style to my children. So it's like the conflict of the mothers. Okay, let's say, okay, the mother is fighting with the grandmother with regards to the control of the children. Okay, so when it comes to the React fragment comes here. Okay, let me redo. Okay, the React fragment comes here and say, look, I don't have a beef with the grandparent and its own styles. What I'm going to do, I'm not a parent at all. I'm a guardian. Okay, I'm just guiding these elements so that they can be grouped so that React won't complain. In terms of the family issues, how the grandparent wants to control the children and the grandchildren, you see, the React fragment is saying that, look, I'm only a social worker. I'm not part of your family. I'm just here to make sure that you adhere to the parenting rules according to government. But in terms of styling, that's none of my business. Okay, I hope you get the idea, guys, and I hope you have learned. So we have used React fragment. Back to the topic at hand or the meta at hand. We want to render those elements here. Remember, we've got an array that has got a group of words. We want to render those here. Then what are we going to do? Let's see, guys. Okay, we want to take that array, which is test. Okay, let me paste. There's something that I copied, which now I'm not sure what is it. Oh, okay, this is it. Okay, and it's still copied. I'm happy with that. Let's cut it again. Okay, we're going to use it now. So we've got an array which is test. Okay, I'm going to put that which is test. Okay, let's say test into this array looks like it's not available, or it's available, but it's only available inside the square braces. Okay, let's see, test, yes. Okay, and then let's say test at 0. Yes, this is an array. Now we are going to map through this array. Okay, map through it. It's more like a shorthand of looping. And then we are going to receive, let's say, what can we call this text? Okay, string of characters, group of words. Okay, let's just say words for now. No, a word. Okay, because we are going to receive each word. Okay, we want to receive each word, and After receiving each word, we want to render the word. Okay. Okay. We've just pasted what we've copied last time. Okay. When we are using the map method in React JSX, you need to always put a key here, some sort of a requirement. Okay. Put a key here. Okay. Because you are mapping. Usually a key, it's a unique key in what can I say? It's a unique key in your array. Okay, your array of item. Obviously here we don't have a unique key like an ID or something that increments maybe from 0 to 1. Okay, so what we are going to do, we're just going to get the index. Okay, meaning that let's put a, let me just say comma index and see if it's going to work. I'm taking chances, guys. As you know, here at Coded Design we take chances. We want to check things if they are going to work. If they don't work, we learn from that. What I'm going to do now, instead of doing it like this is the best way, or this is how it's done. Okay, you always put this in bracket, and then we've got each word. Okay, at position 0, at position 1, at position 2. Okay, this index will always count not from 0 but from 1. At position 0 is going to say 1, so it's going to give us a total number of words that we got here. For instance, top dash text, this might lead 2 words, which is this going to have 2, but here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then this is going to be 6. Okay, something like that. Am I correct when I'm saying it's zero based index? Okay, to be honest, guys, let me not be sure or not lie. Okay, this is a number and it's going to increment. For now, guys, I cannot put a finger on it if is it zero based index, like an array starting at position 0, 1, 2, or it starts at 1. Okay, this is something that you guys have to help me in researching. Also, I will just verify when I've got time, but what I know, it's a number that increments. It will be always unique. So this is a unique key that you put here because JSX requires it. Okay, and then what else we want to do now, we've got each word. So instead of rendering test at 1 or at what, let's render each word. Okay, sounds interesting. Cool beans. Let's save and see. Boom, guys. As you can see, we've got budget, space, meal, space, number, something that didn't happen before, and it's perfectly centered. Interesting. Okay, so we are getting there now. We are coding like what can I say, meta engineers, or Uber Eats engineers, or Facebook engineers, because we are particular. Okay, we like we take care of the details, guys, the finer detail. That's what makes us different from other developers. Okay, if you are a developer who's got a habit of not taking care of things, you've got alignment which is not right, and you sleep like a baby, whereas you know at work you've left an error. Guys, that's not right for me. I'm not sure about you. You can shoot a comment below and tell me if maybe I'm too much. Maybe for you or for other developers, not for you. I know you are the best developer in the world. Maybe for other developers, they might make a mistake and sleep like a baby. Let's continue, guys. Enough about that. Okay, I'm happy with what is going on here, guys. Let's just quickly test it for the last time, and push it further. Let's say Matthew. Let's see what will happen. Okay, as you can see, Matthew always falls at the bottom. Now, remember, okay, remember, as I told you, that there's a lot of things that can happen here. For instance, what if somebody puts 2 spaces, okay, like this, let's say 3 spaces, look at what's going to happen. Okay, as you can see, guys, this is rendering those spaces. Okay, meaning that I'm going to leave it up to you to see how do you solve this problem. How do you remove those empty spaces? Okay, I'm going to leave it up to you, or let it be my opportunity to show you, or to show you how ChatGPT makes life easier for us. Guys, this is what I do every day when I get a chance to. Okay, maybe some people, they might feel like, no, I code everything from scratch. I am not that type of a developer. If there is a solution that is already working, which is out there, it can help me to save some time, I use it. So let's quickly ask ChatGPT, how can I remove not empty string? Okay, how can I remove spaces? Okay, spaces. Let me tell ChatGPT, because ChatGPT might get me wrong. Okay, like this. Okay, how can I remove spaces like this? Okay, in an array. Okay, in an array in JavaScript. Okay, I hope this question makes sense to ChatGPT. Okay, in an array in JavaScript. So yes, okay, let's see. We're going to copy what um ChatGPT is going to give us and paste it there, and that's it. Okay, let's see. Let an array is array.map, let element, okay, element dot replace, okay, this with this, okay, and then console log the array, okay. Then this will give us these without spaces. Okay, let's see, array.map. Then you are replacing, okay, you are replacing what, these with these, okay. Remove spaces from each element. Okay, as you can see, we had hello here, and then this will remove. This is not really what we are looking for, guys. Okay, this is not exactly. So what this does, it removes the actual spaces in a word. So ChatGPT didn't exactly get what I'm trying to say. Okay, so this is what I normally do with ChatGPT. Okay, I will always say I mean, and ChatGPT will come back and apologize if now ChatGPT is getting what I mean. I mean removing, okay, I mean removing whatever that is inside an array. It's an item, okay. I mean removing empty items in an array, okay, like, okay. Now I'm giving ChatGPT a context. Okay, let's say one, okay, then the item two, it's an empty string, okay, and then item three, okay, item three, it's two, okay, it's two. So I'm going to tell it, okay, I'm going to tell ChatGPT to remove an item at position 0. I think this is the best context. If ChatGPT doesn't get it, then we will continue, guys, freely. Okay, I'm just showing you what I do behind the scene in most cases. Okay, so please remove the item at position. Okay, arrays, they've got a 0 based index, so this is position 0 and this is position 1. At position 1, okay, let's see, okay, let's go down, let's just look at, yes, yeah, you see now ChatGPT, I think, understands us. Let an array is equal to array dot filter item dot item not. This is what we're looking for, okay, but let's see, I hope there is a space here, okay, not these quotation single quotes, but there's a space here, okay. Remove the empty items, okay, might have been there's no space, okay, that's fine, guys, this is what we're looking for, okay. And then remove items at position 1, okay, item dot splice 1 1, okay. remove empty item. I think this is what we want. Okay, ChatGPT gave me two answers. Okay, I think this is what we are looking for. Okay, guys, let's just quickly test this and then we can continue. Okay, now going forward, I'm not going to do a lot of ChatGPT example. I think this is the best and intensive and detailed way of working with ChatGPT. Okay, if you don't have a ChatGPT account, just go and open it, and then this will teach you a lot. Okay, so I think this is the last option or the last time. Okay, going forward, we will solve these problems. Obviously, if it's not within the scope of this, we will just skip it, guys. Okay, I hope you will understand that one. Okay, now let's see what we can do. Let's take what ChatGPT gave us. Okay, let's see ChatGPT. This is an array. This is a new array is equal to array.filter. Okay, let's see. So we need to go to where we have test where we are at the moment. Okay, let's go to avatar and then where test is. Okay, my apologies about that. Where test is, let's go up. Okay, as you can see now, we've got an array. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use the same test, okay, and override it. Okay, meaning that I'm going to put a new item inside the same test, which that item is going to be, let's remove this. Okay, my apologies about that. Okay, something is going. Okay, array is the actual array that we want to use. That's what I wanted to check, guys. Okay, so we are removing this, and this is supposed to be test. Okay, test the actual array dot filter item dot trim and what. Okay, remember we've declared this as a const, meaning that we are not going to change it. Now that we want to modify it, let's also declare it as let, using let instead. My apologies for that. Let's use let instead, as you can see, guys. Okay, meaning that now we are supposed to have a new array without those empty spaces. Okay, let's test it. Okay, remember last time with empty spaces we had a long list here. Now let's go back where I want to be. I want to be on app. Okay, now we are going to have 1 2 space space space. Okay, let's see, let me say last. Okay, as you can see, let's save. Boom, guys, we don't have any spaces. Okay, as you can see, guys, we don't have any spaces, just like last time. I hope you see now the value of using ChatGPT and the value of some sort of honesty in your own self. Okay, because sometimes as developers we go long and long and long in circles. Okay, I myself included, long and long in circles, not wanting to just go to Google, search it, get a Stack Overflow link, copy and paste, then understand what they are saying and learn from there. Okay, so let's say budget meal. Okay, guys, I'm happy with the progress that we've already made. It means that we are caring developers. Okay, we don't just leave things as they are. Okay, we are not rushing into finishing. I like the approach that we are taking. Okay, that means this is working perfect. Let's go to the mockup and just check what do we have to do there. As you can see, we are taking these not from, as you can see here, this is budget mean, budget mean, budget mean. So we are supposed to take these from the array that we are using. Okay, let's just go back to see in terms of items. Okay, what else do we have there? Okay, let's see, item dot what, item dot name. As you can see, guys, we've got the name there. Let's use item dot name. Okay, now what comes out here, okay, in our array that we have used, we were lazy, we've just copied this array that we have created here, which was a list of restaurant. Okay, we've just copied that, but now this is showing up that these names, okay, these names are just telling us that these are restaurant names. Okay, one last thing, we're just going to change these names so that at least they could be realistic, or we respect the designer and put what he has got here, at least this one, this one, this one, and this one. Okay, and then we will be done. So let's go to our array and put these names. Okay, this is category. Let's go to our constants. Okay, in our constants, we've got categories. Yes, categories. So the first one here, the name, let's put it all. Okay, as you can see, guys, this was a result of copy and paste. That's why you've got KFC here. Let's refresh and see, is this going to be all? Okay, I'm on categories. Looping under categories. Do we have all here? Okay, we have used name. Yes, let's see. Do we have something like all? Not at all. Oh, here is all. Okay, okay, now it has refreshed. As you can see, guys, here is all. So meaning that we can go to the second one, new onshore hose. Let's put that. Okay, um let's put that. The name is new on onshore hose. I don't have a clue of what might be the meaning of that. So, okay, as you can see, guys, now our system, or our smart system for maybe rendering this text, as you can see, it put what can I say, these words like one on top of the other. These are the things that I'm expecting you to look into and see what you can do. Okay, let's continue and put budget meal, which was already there, or we were using. Okay, budget meal. Okay, and the last one, catering. Okay, go back to name and put catering. Okay, guys, I'm hoping you are enjoying, you are learning. If you are, please do me a favor, guys. My channel is too small and I want to grow it. Okay, please help me with subscribe and also share this content. Talk to your colleagues, talk to your fellow classmates. Okay, tell them that there is this guy called Matthew from South Africa who's just got some different way of doing things and it's helping. Okay, enough about that, let's continue. Now, whatever that we were doing introduced a different problem. Okay, as you can see, these now are not centered, okay, the way we want to. Now they are always changing according to the width and height of the text. Okay, as you can see, guys, we still have the restaurant name. That's not much of a problem. I will leave it up to you to help with the names. Okay, as you can see, you can just change the names from here. Okay, now let's solve this issue, and then after we've solved this issue, we are going to continue and do something else. Okay, now let's go to, where are we rendering these? Okay, go back to app. We are rendering these here. Okay, do we have a style for these? Okay, here is the style. Okay, heading vertical, we have, let's just say background color, background color red. Okay, guys, there is a car idling outside and I assume that I will have to open for a knock. Okay, so I will do so. That means I will have to pause the video. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, let me align, or let me say justify content. Let me say justify content and then flex start. Let's see. Okay, what I'm trying to do, guys, I want these. Okay, that's a problem. Okay, guys, I will be back now. Okay, guys, I am back. Obviously, you can see the screen is different. Okay, totally different from where I left it. Okay, moment of the truth, guys. What happened I continued, okay? I continued for a very long time thinking that I have pressed record, okay? When I was looking at my recording session, it was still like 30 minutes something. And I was like, there is no way. It's been a while. Okay, maybe now I'm supposed to be close to an hour. And it happened, I was not recording. My apologies about that. Okay, this is where we are now. Remember, I said this one, it's something that obviously you can work on. So I've just removed the red background and I have just what can I say, left it like this. Okay, this is exactly how it was before. Okay, now guys, what I'm going to do, I need to, okay, do something differently. I will have to explain to you how I got here, okay, because I've already written the code. Okay, I hope now you have some sort of um, leveled up, okay? You will understand what I'm saying. And also, I'm going to tell you the challenges that I faced when I was creating these components, okay? This is a reusable component and a highly reusable component. What we did, okay, we created a component here on component. The name of this component or the name of the file, it's icon cat for icon category, okay? And then what we did, okay, we created this icon category. Let me scroll up. As you can see, guys, this is item category. Are we using this color? I don't think so. Let me just delete it just to see if there will be an error. Colors.primary. Even here, I was just testing. We are not using that. Okay. As you can see, guys. So this is the component icon cat. What does this component receive as props? Okay. This component receives the icon left, it receives the title, it receives the icon right, it receives the background color, which is this one, and it receives color, which is the color of the color of the text inside it. Okay, since we are using TypeScript, we need to type this. Okay, we need to type this. Okay, and then I'm typing icon left as a um React node. Okay, as you can see, title as a string, icon right as a React node. And then when I was recording this before, I said, okay, I don't want to give a type of string here because we can do that so that we can put any color here. But I was like, let's change things. Let's level up our TypeScript knowledge. Okay, this is a useful technique, a useful tip. If you use such tips, okay, such tips, or you are coding like this, employers will love you, other developers will love you, and you are going to be a better developer because you care about somebody else. Let's say it's 10 years, okay, even 10 months, even tomorrow, okay, a day after, somebody is using your reusable component and they go here. Okay, this is your reusable component, and in the background color, where is it? In the background color, they decide to put black. If you code this way, this is what is going to happen. TypeScript is going to tell them that black, it's not part of this option. Therefore, you must use one of the options. Then this developer will come here. They will click like this and they will see the options that you have left as a developer for them. Okay, meaning that here we are restricting the colors that you can use. Well, and our developer might feel like, yeah, Matthew, I see, but this is not valuable. This is just a simple thing. Let's start first by explaining what is that thing. Okay, this is a type, a TypeScript type. Okay, this is a TypeScript type, but it's different from this string and a React node. Okay, this type is called a it's a union type. Okay, it's a union type, this type. Okay, And then let me show you how even React developers are making use of this. Okay, even in case you are thinking like, this is just strings and that's it, nothing important. Okay, let me show you guys the use of that. Okay, let me show you the use of that. Let me go to, let's say, let me go to avatar, and then let's work on this column. Okay, flex direction. Look at this, guys. As you can see, these are the only possible option. If you type here RT is going to be a problem. You can solve this in in development. Okay, you can solve this in development. Okay, you can choose here and type column. Okay, if we go to our code here, you can see because of this union type, when we go to the app and we are trying to put a different color on the background, okay, it will tell us there is a problem. Okay, you can't put this color, it doesn't matter if it's an empty thing. Now it can tell you what are the options which are there. Okay, as you can see, guys, we only left those options. Okay, I hope you got that one. Let's go back here. Okay, so I'm done with explaining this part. Now let's come here. Okay, let me simulate the problem that I have faced here. Okay, let's look at the code. As you can see, this is the component, okay, with only the right icon without the left icon. Okay, and this is without any icon. As you can see, this component adapts or it sizes itself according to the content inside it. If it has got the icons, it expands. If it doesn't have the icons, it expands. Okay, it contracts. What I did using my own knowledge of the web view of styling, which was completely wrong. Okay, and also in the pre-video that I've recorded, I moved up and down. Guys, I ended up asking ChatGPT because I was hoping that I am learning and I'm showing you these things, and I ended up on Stack Overflow. Believe me, I wish I could have captured it, but guys, I didn't press record. My sincere apologies for that. I wanted you to see the ups and downs, how developers struggle in writing these smart and intelligent codes that we are consuming. It doesn't matter if it's an Uber developer, an Uber Eats, or from ShedCN, or from Dropbox. Guys, this is the life of a developer. You won't know everything and you are learning every day. But I will tell you what was the major challenge. Okay. And then what was the problem? Okay, as I wanted this to adapt to fit the content. Okay. My first attempt, let me remove this because this was a solution, one of the solutions. Let me align item center. Let me remove this. Okay. Not this one, not here where I am. Okay, let me go to the app. Okay, my apologies about this. I will tell you how this came as a solution. Okay, it's this one. Okay, we don't want this one. Okay, now I was done with the component, and I'm like, this component with always scratches like right through the entire area. Okay, to me it was a problem. I was like, okay, let me use my web view skills. Okay, my web styling skills. Okay, I was like, I'm going to go here and I'm going to look for this container, which is this one, obviously. Okay, and I'm going to put the width. My mind told me I can use a width fit, which is the width must fit the content, to which React Native told me we don't have that. My apologies, DSA, which is me. Okay, with the fit is not available. Okay, I even went to ask ChatGPT how to do things and I didn't win. Okay, so I was like, oh, okay, let me check what are the available options. Okay, this is how I did it. With, oh, even my width was wrong. Okay, that's not a problem. Okay, so when I was looking at the available option and there was only auto, fit didn't really work. Okay, as you can see, fit doesn't work. And then I was like, oh, let me use auto as it is. Okay, let me use auto. Okay, auto didn't work. Let me go back to that fit and test it again. As you can see, fit didn't work. It's telling me here fit doesn't work. This was a problem. I was like, what can I do to solve this problem? Okay. The other option I ran into min width. Okay, minimum width. I was like, yes, this is what I want. Let me look at the options. What are the available option? It was auto. I was like, let me test that auto and save. It didn't solve the problem. This was getting interesting. Okay, and then I went to ChatGPT. Okay, ChatGPT told me that. Did I remove the align items here? Okay, okay. ChatGPT told me that number one, the closest thing to perfection you can do is to align self of the item. Is this align self? No, this is align item. Okay, this is working fine. Okay, is to align self of the item, align self into left or right, which is its flex end or flex start. Okay, I was like, okay, let me try that. And I didn't think it's going to work. I was like, ChatGPT, align self doesn't really solve this problem. Okay, boom, it worked. I was like, ChatGPT is smart, eh? Okay, so aligning this item to left, okay, it solves the problem. And then I was like, this is cool, it works. But the solution that we got, there's a price tag attached to it, and it's a bit of a heavy one. Okay, what if maybe on the second item, this one, we want, let's say, the calling module wants this to be on the right? How is it going to do so if the default styling of this item is always on flex start? Meaning that now this child is more like a misbehaving child, because if a reusable component needs to be flexible so that it can depend on the calling module on a lot of things. But this one now automatically comes with a align self, which is start, and it was a problem. Okay, I was like, okay, align self works with the parent container. Okay, it arranges itself to the left or to the right according to the parent container. Now, what I did, this one I'm not going to do it, but I'm just going to tell you. I have wrapped this with a container, okay, with a red container here, thinking if this container is exactly the same size and width of this one, this will align itself to the left or to the right or start or to the end. It won't make a difference between, because the parent anyway it's the exact same size as the child. When I'm wrapping this with the parent automatically scratched to fit this content. So if I want to solve that, I need to align the parent to start so that it can be look the same like this one. Then we are back to the same problem. And I was like, this is getting interesting. Finally, let's get into the solution. I went to Stack Overflow. I think that tab is still here. Okay. I think this tab is still here. Let me just quickly read an intelligent answer I got from here. Okay, this guy explained this clearly. Okay, my apologies like this. Okay, the issue you have, the issue you are facing is like related to React Native default value for align items, which is scratch. Okay, on a view element, okay, basically all view element by default cause their children to scratch along across the x-axis. This is what happened here. Okay, without this align self, this view, let me remove align self. Where am I am here. Yes, where is align self that I added here? Okay, let me just remove it here. Okay, meaning that the parent of this item, okay, the children must be scratched always. This is the default. Something that I didn't know. I have learned something from here. Then this smart guy told us that automatically it's going to be scratch, okay, to scratch along the x-axis. First thing that I've learned, okay, axis opposite to the flex direction, okay. Setting aligns item to any value other than scratch, okay, baseline, flex start, or whatever on the parent view prevents this behavior, okay, and addressing your problem. And I was like, this is awesome. So what I did, I had to look what is my parent container, and I went to a component which is on the parent. Okay, I hope now you see why I have removed some styles here. Okay, let me say undo. As you can see, so I was like, automatically this parent container, okay, it scratches its own item, meaning that the align items is scratched by default. Okay, I need to put this to align center. I did that. As you can see, things went back to normal like this. Okay, I've learned a lot of things from doing that, the up and down. And then let's go back to explaining, okay, how I did other things. I think the rest, at least it's a bit simple and easy to explain. Okay, this one I don't need. Okay, and then I'm receiving all those things from the calling module, as you can see. And then from there, this is what I'm doing. Okay, inside this container, I'm putting an icon left, which is this one. I'm going to receive it from the calling module. In terms of the text, okay, I'm putting the color of the text. I'm going to receive it from the calling module, from the client code, and I'm putting the right icon. I am going to receive from the calling module. Now let's go to the calling module. As you can see, I have got the first icon. What can I do here? Let me remove this one. Okay, I've got the first icon. It takes a color of gray. That's why this is gray. It takes a star, which is orange. That's why this is orange. And it takes, let me remove this, and it takes an icon, which is an angle down, and the color of that is gray. Okay, guys, I hope I have managed to explain. Should you face any problem, don't forget and don't hesitate to shoot a comment below. I will see what I can do. Okay, so this is where we are at the moment. Okay, so the challenge that we're facing, or the next step now was, okay, as you can see, this color on the design, this star, is not the same as this one. Okay, this is a gradient and this is not a gradient. So let's make use of a package from Expo. Let's say Expo, let's say gradient. Okay, a package from Expo, which is a linear gradient. It helps us to what can I say, create gradient colors. Okay, let's copy this. Okay, let's copy this. And then how are we going to do this? Because Expo gradient, okay, Expo gradient works on an container, on a component. Okay, let me show you how you use it. Okay, let me show you how you use it. Okay, let's see. What you do, you create a component. Okay, linear gradient, you create a component which is going to be a linear gradient. Then you can style it accordingly. Let's say this was a linear gradient and we're styling it accordingly. We can change its own color. Okay, as you can see, there are limitations to the styling because it needs to conform to the component. It means that we can style this in such a way that it becomes what? It becomes a star. Okay, I forgot that this is how this component work, which is this won't be the solution. Matthew, how are you going to solve the problem? Okay, let's pray. Lord, our God, help us with the solution. And what is the solution? Boom, guys, we've just got a solution from praying. Matthew, originally, from the beginning of his career, he was a graphic designer. Boom. So what he's going to do, he's going to take a component and an icon and edit it on Figma to look exactly like the UI. Oh, yes, boom, guys, that's a solution. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking, guys. Okay, since this is an icon and it's something that we cannot manipulate with this library, okay, let's just use Figma to quickly help us with that. I think these are the advantages that comes with understanding the graphic design part of things, which I will encourage you to work on Figma, try to understand Figma. I think on my channel I've got an old course of Figma, but if you might want me to create a Figma course which is going to be tied to React Native, meaning that when I'm explaining things and how you do things, I'm going to explain them relative to what you are going to use them, because you are not just a UI designer, but you want to have skills that you are going to use for React Native. Talking about that, as you can see, guys, this is one of the interesting things that made me to choose this UI particularly. It's this part. This part is going to be interesting. As you can see, this is not just a normal bottom bar. You can see it has got this nice curve. I am going to work a magic in creating this one, okay? Meaning that my graphic design skills need to come handy and help me, okay? If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe so that you can see how I going to solve this problem. Enough about that. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to click here. I've got a website, which is this one. As you can see, it's bookmarked. It helps me with vector icons. So I'm just going to type here star. Okay, as you can see, I don't want these ones. But what if we don't have the one that we are looking for? Okay, let's see. Okay, what if we don't have a solid star? Remember, we are graphic designer. I am a graphic designer. Okay, so that means I can maneuver. Okay, let's see the star. Okay, it's not a sharp star. Okay, let's go back here and look for something like it. It's not this one, definitely not this one. Let's see. It's somewhat this one. Okay, something like this. So this is what we are going to do. Going to edit this and just click copy SVG. If you want, you can download it to your computer and drag it to here. Okay, but me, I'm just going to copy it. Okay, and then I'm going to paste it here. As you can see, zoom in. Okay, this is what I want. Let me just press K so that I can scale it up. When I'm scaling up, I'm also pressing Shift. Okay, this by default comes with a frame. Okay, as you can see, here is that frame. Okay, so you need to double click, okay, or only to click it, not with the frame, and then drag it outside the frame until it pops in here and you delete that frame. We don't need it. And then this is what we are going to do. Now we've got a vector image. Zoom in, zoom in. Okay, as you can see, it's outlined. We want it to be solid. Let's just position this nicely. Let's just double click here. As you can see, this is an outline. Double click here. Now we've got some nodes to edit there. Let's move this down. Okay, as you can see, guys, when we are moving this, everything moves. So this means that this is an outline image. Okay, this is an outline, sorry, an outline vector. Okay, this is a line. Okay, a line. Okay, we need to change this line to an object. Okay, because we need to leave this boundary and we need to delete this inside one. Let's click here, outline, stroke. Okay, I think it's this one, Control Shift O. Yes, let's see. My apologies for that. I'm trying to convert the outline. Okay, I looks like I forgot now that option, but let me just scroll through here. I will find it here. Okay, flatten. It's not flattening. Okay, but it has got something to do with outline. Let's see. Outline stroke. Looks like my Figma skills. Been a while since I've worked with Figma, but let's see. This is what I want to do. What I want to do. What I want to do. Oh my God. Okay, let me flatten it and see. Okay, but flattening it doesn't really make a difference. Or am I used to Corel Draw? Okay, there is an option to change. Okay, let's see. Outline stroke. I was convinced if it's this one, but it looks like it's not this one. And I don't have a lot of options here. Okay, let's quickly check here on object. Okay, on object, my apologies about that. We are not grouping. Frame selection, no. Create a component, no, not really. Okay, outline stroke. I really, okay, this is not what we want. Not a problem. This is what I'm going to do. Let me just quickly check on the internet. Looks like I forgot Figma. Okay, let me try what can I say? Another option. I'm not sure if it's gonna work, but now I'm trying a quick way. I'm trying to cheat the system. Okay, there is a command to do this. If on Figma it's not there, it will mean that I'm used to this command from other programs, since sometimes I use Illustrator, sometimes I use CorelDRAW, but that's not a train smash. Let me just quickly try my finder. I'm going to work on this object, subtract the other one from the other, hoping that I might get a perfect circle. Let's see, let's subtract here and see. Okay, not really. Okay, it's not doing exactly what we want. That's not much of a problem. I don't really have to go too far, guys. Okay, I don't really have to go too far. I'm a designer. Let me try a different option. Let me lock this. Okay, let me lock it so that it cannot move. Okay, I'm going to use my pen tool skills to quickly solve this problem. I just have to remind myself what was that option. Okay, the Figma option. Okay, maybe this is the problem that comes with using multiple graphic design software. Okay, because opening CorelDRAW will take some time unnecessarily. And this is not a graphic design course, guys. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm respecting that I'm not showing graphic design, but I'm just saying having some graphic design skills like Figma skills can take you somewhere. Okay, as you can see, we've just got this closed shape. Let me just change this to, I can even remove it now from here. Okay, yes, is it this one? Okay, let me unlock this one and delete it. Okay, and then I want my, okay, where is my, what I did here, what I recently did now, undo. Here is it. Okay, here is it. Oh, it's underneath this one. Let me bring it to the front. Okay, zoom out a little bit. So I'm going to take this one out. Okay, so this is my own star. What I'm going to do, I'm going to double click on the star. Okay, not on the image. My apologies about that. On the star, and I'm going to highlight everything. Let's see if we can round the corners a little bit, as you can see, guys. Okay, we can round the corners a little bit. I'm happy with that. And then let's change, where is the color, the fill color. Okay, guys, let's change the fill color and let's remove the stroke. Okay, we don't really need the stroke. Boom, guys, we've just made a star. As a developer, I hope you have learned something with Figma. Okay, if you might want me to create a Figma course, I can do that. Okay, I don't need this star now. Let me unlock it and let me delete it. Okay, not a problem. So as you can see, there is a gradient here. So whatever that we're applying here is the same gradient as this one. Okay, now let's just come here. Did I lock this one? No. Okay, let's just come here. Zoom in, guys. Zoom in. Okay, zoom in. Let's see, guys. Okay, now what we want to do, we want to apply the gradient here. So what we are going to do, let's move this one here, and my battery is low. Okay, so let's click on color. Let's click the gradient. Okay, as you can see, fading into transparent, and we don't want that. We want it to be a color. Let me create another color here. Okay, it fades to transparent. Let's not make this transparent. Now let's change this color. Okay, this color, we want it to be this orange or that kind of a red, and this one, we want it to be this orange. Okay, as you can see, guys, now let's make it look like this one. For me, I'm just thinking I want to change, yes, this. Okay, to me it looks like this. To me, I'm not sure to you. Okay, and then let's move it closer a little bit. Move this closer a little bit, guys. Obviously, guys, this is not a design class. Thank you so much for being patient and wait for me to create this star. Now let's export it. As we've already clicked the star, we're going to, for that matter, do we really have to make it a vector? We don't really have to make this star a vector. Let's export it as a PNG with transparent background. Okay, what we can do also, we can click here. Let's rename this component to, let's click here and see, to star. Okay, so that when we're exporting it, it comes with that name. Okay, let's export it as a PNG. Okay, it's going to be star.png. Okay, obviously, whatever that we did here created a lot of things. Now our workspace is not as organized as we want it to be. But guys, we have solved the problem. I'm happy with that. Now, let's go back here. Okay, copy this star. Copy this star. Okay. And then I have to import it and use it here. Okay. Interesting, guys. We've just created a star with Figma. Okay. Let's see. What else do we want to do? We want to go to our assets. Am I on the right place? Yes, Uber Eats assets. Is it our first time to use an asset here? We don't have any folder. Yes, okay. Let's just create a folder, which is let me just say my assets. Okay. Okay, my assets. What I usually do when I'm here, I always right click and reveal in Explore, which is now I'm inside this folder, and then paste here. Okay, star. Is it? Must it be a capital letter? Okay, it's fine. It can be a capital letter. So now we are going to da 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 da. Okay, let's go to the calling module. To the calling module, we are going to have an image on the calling module, which is where are we going to have the image? Okay, where are we going to have the image? We have to pass it somewhere here. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Okay, let's click enter here, and then icon left. This was the icon left. Let's click enter here, and then also enter here, and then this is what we want to change here. We want to put an image. Okay, self-closing tag. What does this image want? I think it will need a okay, let's import it first, and then it will need a source. Oops, Is it src? I don't think so. I think here on React it's a source, but I don't know now why it doesn't give me that IntelliSense. Okay, let's read the error. Does not support attribute because it does not have the props property. Okay. Are we talking about the same image where I am? I'm on Uber Eats. Yes. Okay. Image cannot use as a JSX element. Why? Okay. I want the React Native image. Okay, maybe I imported this image from a wrong place. Here is source. Since we are importing this image locally, we are going to use require. Okay, it's a function. It takes a string. Then I need to know where I am in terms of the application. I am on app. Where do I want to go? I want to go to assets. So in terms of the structure is assets and app, they are almost like in the same folder. Okay. Now let me do this. Let me just say dot and then go to assets. Okay. As you can see, this dots is just saying jump out of where you are so that you can be on the same level, and then you get to assets. Then you go to my asset and then star dot png. Okay, click save. As you can see, we've got a big star. We are the superstars here at Coded Design. If you have made it this far, congratulations. Thank you so much to you for listening to me. You are a superstar. And please don't forget to code badly with pride. That's where it starts. Let's continue, guys. So I'm going to use a style. I'm not going to explain a lot of things now. Why am I using a style instead of the width from this image? Okay, I've been explaining that a lot. So let's just type the height to be 10 and let's see. Okay, as you can see, the height is 10, but it looks like this height of 10 is cutting the image. Look like it's cropping it. Okay, let's just make it a height of 20. Okay, just to see. Okay, as you can see, as much as it's small, but it's cropping it. How do we solve that problem? Let's come here and work with the resize mode of this to cover. Okay, resize mode. Why it's not as if it doesn't take it, or contain. Okay, let's go back. Resize mode. Okay, not resize method, resize mode. Contain. I don't think it's cover. Okay, I was wrong anyway before. As you can see, now that we've got contain, we've got it like this, and then let's make it 15 and see. Okay, I'm happy with this, and then the height and the width. Okay, the width, let's make it 15. Okay, 100% guys, we are here. We've got our own image. If this doesn't look like clean, remember I told you I'm not using like the what can I say, the paid version of this, so don't mind about that. Let's go back and check the mockup, guys. Okay, I am happy with this. Okay, I'm happy with this, so let's delete other ones which might disturb us, these ones. Okay, so that we can be only left with this one. As you can see, guys, this is the component and it's highly reusable. Okay, so this one here we have used a flat list, okay, to render these. Okay, we have used a flat list, okay, because it was some sort of a an array from, sorry, a data from an array. Okay, these ones, let's just do copy and paste of these. Okay, why are we going to do copy and paste? Because I want to show you a different way of rendering a scrollable view. This one somewhat happens automatically from an array, a list item. Okay, from this list item, from this flat list. My apologies about that. From this flat list. So now I want to show you a different way of rendering using scroll view. Okay, so that's why we are not going to use a flat list. And then where is that component of mine? Here is it. Okay, let's just highlight everything and use and format this with prettier, because as you can see, our code is becoming a little bit of a something. Okay, so here is the image. Okay, here is the image. It starts here and it ends here. Nope, I don't need the image. My apologies. I want this component. Okay, this component. This is what I want. Now we are going to render this component inside a scroll view. Okay. Okay, inside a scroll view, we are going to put it here. And then obviously we are not going to render one. We are going to render more than one. Let's say 2, 3, let's say 4. Okay, as you can see, these some sort of arranged as stack one on top of each other. That's not much of a problem. Now let's work on the on the scroll view. Okay, let's configure the scroll view so that these can scroll. Okay, how do you memorize these things, Matthew? Guys, I don't memorize anything. This is how I do it. Here is the trick. Okay, I want something with horizontal. I type it. It's not horizontal. Okay, I will look at the closest things. Show horizontal scroll indicator. This one I'm going to deal with it later because I want you to see the impact of what it does. Okay, horizontal. Yes, I want horizontal. Let's set it to true. Not like this, obviously. Let's set it to true. Let's save and see. As you can see, guys, now we've got our items arranged horizontally. Okay, as you can see, they are scrolling. Okay, they are scrolling nice. Now as they are scrolling, there is this horizontal bar which is not here and it's not there. Let's go back to the other horizontal that we have seen here. Type here horizontal scroll indicator. Let's set it false. Okay, looks like we are falsing things now. Okay, we are falsing things. Okay, let's see. Okay, as you can see, guys, it's scrolling nicely. Okay, and then what else do we want to do? What else do we want to do? Let's set the style of these. Okay, let's click style. Okay, let's set the style and then let's put a gap between the items. Let's put a gap of 10 just to see what will happen. It looks like now this horizontal scroll view doesn't want to take charge in controlling its own items. Okay, it doesn't want to what can we do? Okay, that's not much of a problem. Let me try this. Let me try this. Okay, for now, for simplicity and making the video shorter, this is a shortcut, guys. Okay, obviously I trust that you might figure out how to do it the best way, because at Coded Design we're all about best practices. Okay, best practices, we always stick to that. But sometimes the video becomes longer, as you can see. Sometimes I even forget to record, guys. That's what I did in this video. Okay, my apologies, sincere apologies about that. Okay, but here I'm just quickly showing you that please do a research and see how can you solve this the other way. Okay, let's just go here. Okay, let's just go into this element. Am I on the right one? Yes. Let's say margin margin right, margin right, margin right of what? Let's say of 10. Okay, margin right of 10. As you can see, guys, now there is a gap between our elements. As I've told you that, okay, this is a find a way, a shortcut to this. Obviously, there is a better way to it. Okay, I trust that you can find a better way to it. Let's go to our make mockup. As you can see, the first one is cosines, and then there's pickup and there's what one. So this is the only one that has got a star. Okay, pickup doesn't even have any icon. Okay, let's go back and show that. Okay, this is the calling module. Okay, on this one, let's remove the right icon, right? Yes, okay, where I am. Okay, this is the first one. Okay, we are removing the left icon. My apologies. Let's remove. It looks like this is complaining. Why it's complaining is because we didn't handle our TypeScript right in this component. Okay, how can we do that? We need to tell TypeScript that there are things that might be there and there are things that might not be there. Okay, this is the first way to solve this problem. Go back to left image. It might be there, it might not be there. It's not mandatory. Okay, what else that might be there? And even the right icon might be there and it might not be there. Okay, what else? I think that's all. Okay, I think that's all for now. Now we need to render the left and the right icons conditionally. Okay, because what if it's not there? For instance, let me just show you the error that might happen. What if it's not there? Okay, what have I? Oh, okay, I think I need to delete this. Okay, what if it's not there? Okay, as you can see, automatically it's being removed from here. Okay, but there might be an error here. Okay, there's a code smell here. Okay, let's go back to this because I didn't handle that option. Okay, let's go back here. This is the left icon. What if it's not here? As you can see now, it's working fine. There's not much of a problem. Okay, but we need to handle this. How do you handle this? Okay, if this left icon is not there, okay, we need to check. Okay, this is how can we check. Is this left icon there? Yes. If it's there, render the left icon and then click here. What if it's not there? Just render null. Okay, now this is the best way of handle this. This code is bulletproofed. Okay, because sometimes what can I say, if it's not there, it might give errors. Okay, so the best practice is to handle this error. Okay, to know that if it's not there, you are handling that. Okay, and also let's do that here. Copy this right one. Okay, copy this and then sorry, let's put a question mark here. This is a ternary operator, a short for if else. Okay, let's render null. Okay, as you can see, guys, now our code is bulletproof. I'm happy about this. On the second component, we are deleting both of these. Let's check the second component. It doesn't have an image. Okay, we are starting to remove from here. Save. Doesn't have an image, and it doesn't even have the doesn't have the left section. It doesn't even have the right section, which is this one. As you can see, guys, and this one it has. Okay, this one it has the other one. It looks like I've got thing twisted here. Oh, okay, this one has an arrow, this one doesn't have, and this one has both. Okay, this one has an arrow, this one doesn't have, and this one has both. Guys, I'm Matthew Msengati, the designer and developer. I hope you have learned something. This has been exciting, awesome, and interesting, guys. Okay, I'm happy to deliver this so much value and best programming practices. Okay, so as you can see, this is where we are now. We are going to continue in the next video and do this section. This section is going to be interesting. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Let me just quickly show you why. Okay, this is not just an image, guys. This is not just an image. Okay, this is not just an image. Also, it's going to be a reusable component also, but it's a slide. Okay, as you can see, this is a slide. Okay, so we are going to, in the next video, we are going to create this slide. Okay, maybe there are two ways to go about it. I want to hear from you. Shoot a comment below. We can install a package, some sort of a library that can help us to do this. It's highly possible. Or we can create it on our own from scratch. I will have to hear from you guys. Please shoot a comment below. Which one would you like to see? Okay. If we use a library, we're just going to search for a library, install it, and it will handle everything. And then boom, we're quick, we get it done. Or this is coded design. We can code it from scratch. Okay, this image background, and also when we are paging this, it will slide, and it's going to indicate where it is and how many images that are there. And we're going to take all of that from an array. Guys, please comment below and tell me which approach must we take. I'm Matthew Msengati, the designer and developer from Coded Design. Don't forget to code badly with pride. Let's say you might want to contact me and check this discovery call, because I've got a 10-hour coaching course to help you get you unstuck with React Native, React, Next.js, and advanced React concept like high order components and all other things, including the solid principle and design pattern. If you feel like that's value right there, please don't forget, just come here, give me your name and email, and let's talk. Let's get your future right. Hoping that I might help you. One day you will land a job, help your family, help yourself, create an empire for yourself. That is the reason why this channel exists, not for likes, subscribers, and other things, even though subscribers, they do add value to me. This is Matthew Msengati, design developer from South Africa. See you on the next one.